Hello YouTube, it's Levi Adams back again, here to work a little bit more on this drawing. I don't have much time. Last night, after I went to pick up my little brother, we were busy playing Pokken Tournament. Really cool game. I suggest anybody who watches this should definitely pick it up. Yeah, today we are going to be working a little bit more on the Greninja v Arceus drawing. And I definitely decided I'm going to be doing more drawings from this live in particular, from this Uber session, because after playing Pokken Tournament, I became very fond of Blaziken. Blaziken and Sceptile are my two favorite characters in that game for sure. Garchomp and Pikachu as well, I like them. Definitely four favorites. Yeah, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go and we're going to add another layer on top of this, so that we don't have to worry. We can just switch in between layers. We can turn that layer off, as I just accidentally did. But you know, we can go in with, say, this pen, and let's see if we can make that a bit darker, or where. I'm honestly not too familiar with the software, if we're being 100% honest, guys. It looks like we're... but point is that nice. I can erase on this layer without affecting the layer below it at all. So that's amazing. This is what I love about digital art, is the fact that you can work in layers. I mostly work traditional. I don't even know, how do I get... See, we can do that, and then it just doesn't affect the layer below. I just want to get rid of... Thank you. Okay. So, like I said, we are going to be working... there you go. This is a pen. This is a pen. Nice. We can still erase. Let's turn that eraser down just a little bit. Make it a little bit smaller. And then we're just going to be going over this here Greninja in ink. The Greninja and the Arceus, of course. That's weird. Why ain't it working? Oh, because I'm on the eraser, obviously. So let's move... What was I on? I think I was on this? No, I wasn't on this. I don't know what this is. Oh, okay. I think that's an airbrush. It's kind of cool. Like I said, guys, I'm learning. I'm sorry. You want to see a more professional artist, I suggest checking out Draw with Jazza. He's a cool Australian guy. I watched his videos and I learned some pretty cool stuff from him. So if you're looking for a more experienced digital artist, yeah, I'm cool with this. Then I suggest watching him. But if you're just down for some Pokemon art, which is mainly what I'm going to be doing on this channel, probably going to be changing it up sometime, you know, probably more when, like, my channel picks up, I guess. Let me just grab my reference here on my phone. And like I said, this video, well, it's probably going to be as long as the other drawing video I did, yesterday. Around there. You know, I'm off to actually go play a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament later today with one of my friends who's back in town from college, which is pretty cool. I'm excited. I like playing Yu-Gi-Oh. The metagame's kind of a bummer though. It's really fun. Just like in Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon, just like in Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, I only use cards that I really enjoy. Those cards happen to be the Elemental Heroes, the cards of the main character from GX, Jade and Yuki, He is honestly my favorite anime character of all time. I love how upbeat he is in the first season. The second and third season of GX are really hard for me to get behind. The fourth season is really cool because Jaden has a more BA persona. And that persona is pretty cool, in my opinion. And then, like, in the last duel with Yugi, he gets back that fun-loving persona from the first season, which is pretty cool. The first season of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX embodies what I believe Yu-Gi-Oh! Should be, and that's a card game. A card game for fun. I don't really like how Yu-Gi-Oh's fate of the world, but this is a Pokemon channel. We're here to talk about Pokemon. You know, honestly, I'll probably do, like, some Yu-Gi-Oh! Drawings if anybody watches this video and leaves some feedback. So yeah, we're just, as you can see, I'm going over Greninja here with a darker outlining, filling in that eye, just so that we can get this more finalized and detailed. Greninja's thing goes up like that, sweet. He's got a little spiky there. And another one. That should be... I could do better, I think. Definitely think I could. Just like that, and then it's like that. Greninja's a really cool Pokemon, really intricately designed. Makes it a little hard to draw, but I do enjoy a challenge when I'm drawing. Fun fact, I might get sued for this, maybe? I don't know. I'm not, like, actually getting sued. But, when I was in 7th grade, I've loved Pokemon all my life, and I've never been afraid to show that. And so in 7th grade, I drew my closest friend a Pokemon t-shirt. And that Pokemon t-shirt, like, I liked what I did with that, so I wanted to draw my own Pokemon t-shirt, so that's what I did. And so when I drew my own t-shirt, people saw the t-shirt and they were like, oh wow, Levi, can you do something like that for me? And like these quote-unquote popular kids wanted them, and then when they wanted them, everybody wanted them. It was like Pokemon was the secret closet fad. And I could do any character. I told them that. I was like, yeah, I can redraw just about any character you want. And they're like, oh, well, okay, that's cool. But I want Pokemon. And they'd be like, oh, but of course they wouldn't want Pokemon, like, they wouldn't want just Pokemon, because just Pokemon would be lame, right? So I remember there was somebody who was like, hey, can you draw me a Charizard with a Volcom symbol on it, like on its wings? And I was like, I guess, yeah, sure, because they were all like snowboarders and skateboarders. I think that's what Volcom is, right? I don't know. I haven't seen Volcom in a long time. Probably just because I don't hang around people who associate with the brand. Not that the brand's bad, it's just like I don't know what it represents. I think it's like skateboarding and stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, so that's that. So yeah, there was some guy who was like, "Hey, can you have like our school's crest on like a necklace for Rayquaza?" And I was like, yeah, sure, I guess. I mean, it was really weird drawing these Pokemon with like a high school necklace, you know? It was interesting, it was cool. I made about $200 drawing these shirts, and I remember cute girls would ask me to do it all the time, and I was like, oh wow, that's so cool. Like, I was suddenly popular because of Pokemon. Not that being popular is what matters at all. That's definitely not what matters, and you should like Pokemon because you like it. So yeah, even a teacher asked me to draw something for her kid, although she asked me to draw Mario, which I was actually very glad that she asked me to do. It was so funny. I got called because I drew the shirt, right, and the teacher didn't have the payment, and I was like, oh, it's okay, just get me the payment whenever. And she's like, okay. So I was in the middle of a history class, or no, a geography class, I think, and like there's this announcement that comes in over the intercom, and it's like, oh, can Levi please report to this teacher's room? And everybody was like, Levi, why are you going to that teacher's room? And I'm like, oh, she's paying me for a t-shirt. So I gotta miss a tiny portion of class because the teacher was paying me for something, which is not something that many kids get to say. So I'm proud. There we go. There's a nice back sprite of Greninja. So Greninja has, of course, because he's like wearing a ninja outfit. It makes sense. Has that little thing, and his little butt crest. It's more like that. One thing I have to say about Pokemon Tournament is I'm really surprised. Like, not necessarily disappointed because I really like the Pokemon that they chose. I'm really surprised that Greninja wasn't in it because Greninja is such a fan favorite. I mean, it was in Smash, but so is Charizard, and Charizard's in it. I don't like playing as Charizard in Pokemon. I like playing as Charizard in Smash, though. Charizard in Smash is absolutely hilarious. It's always fun to flare blitz people. Sure, like people, like anybody who watches this video and also plays Smash, it's like, oh, Charizard's so bad. It's like the lowest tier. It's like, dude, who cares? Charizard's hilarious. You know, it's like beating people with Villager, or beating people, sweeping through somebody's, through the majority of someone's team with a Smeargle. Shameless plug. God, okay. So yeah, we got Greninja pretty much down. I think what I actually want to do is I want to widen his stance a little bit. So I'm going to erase this leg, and we are going to kick out this leg part here. See, this is what I was talking about in my first video when I said I keep the moment in there as a respect thing, because it's like, you know, imagine the god of Pokemon is literally staring you down, and you take a punch from God. You know, let's take this into real life. For some reason, you invoke the wrath of God, or somebody unleashes the power of a god upon you. It's like, if you take that wrath and you survive long enough to even throw some sort of punch, even if it's not effective at all, like, it's still like, wow, you know, I can't believe you survived that. Like, people don't survive the wrath of God. That's not a thing. Of course, like, any legendary Pokemon probably could have survived the wrath of God. You know, like a Primal Groudon probably could have, but, you know, that's Primal Groudon. Not Greninja. Greninja's frail, man. Which is why I firmly believe that Greninja should not be banned. Oh! Ooh. Accidentally minimized that. Sorry you guys have to see this window right here, right now. Yeah. Professional recording at its finest. Yeah, so my buddy's in town. He gave me his 3DS XL, and I was like, dude, you do not want to give this to me. He's like, yeah, I want to give it to you. You know, you're my friend. Why would I want to give it to you? And I was like, you don't want to... Oh, I forgot. Okay, so now we're going to ink Arceus. Arceus. I don't know what he's called. I don't know how to pronounce it properly. Apparently there's, like, all sorts of different pronunciations. Doesn't really matter all that much to me. But, yeah, so, my buddy's in town, and a while back, I thought my 3DS was broken, because it just would not charge for the life of it. And, it was broken to the point where it could only charge, to anybody who owns a 3DS and bought it brand new. They come with these, like, little chargy dock things, where you can put it in, and you plug the charger in, and your 3DS just kind of sits in it. Oh, butts. What? Okay. What? What? No. Yes. Okay, cool. Still figuring out the software. Yeah, so, and it was to the point where I couldn't just plug the charger directly in my 3DS. But I could charge it on that, and for some reason that stopped working, or like it only worked in certain outlets. And I didn't think it was the charger at all. I thought it was just my 3DS being stupid. But it, and like, so my friend, he and I play Pokemon together. Actually, the only reason we play Pokemon together is because I love playing Pokemon with him so much, that I bought him Black and Black 2 for his birthdays. For 2 different birthdays, because I wanted him to play the game, and I was like, dude, come on, let's just do it. And, yeah, so, this friend and I play Pokemon, and I was like, man, I haven't played Pokemon or Smash in a really long time on my 3DS, because my 3DS, like, won't charge, and he's like, okay, well, I'll just give you my 3DS. I said, you do not want to give me your 3DS, dude. Why would you want to give me your 3DS? And he's like, because I barely use it anymore. And he didn't, it was funny because I would talk to him on the phone when he was at college, and he would be using one of his friend's 3DS, to play Pokemon and stuff, and I was like, David, his name's David. I was trying to keep that a secret, but it's okay if you guys don't know his last name. It's not like you guys could Facebook stalk him. If anybody even watches his videos and wants to Facebook stalk him. But you guys won't be able to, because I'm not going to tell you his last name. So, what do you think of that? So, yeah, you know. Yeah, these lines are just smooth. Smooth. Let's... So, yeah, he gave me his 3DS, even though he still uses his 3DS, or used his 3DS all the time, and he ended up just using his friend. So I'm going to give that back to him today, which is going to be cool. We're going to go to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament. We're going to play some Pokes, Pokemans, probably. Probably more Yu-Gi-Oh! Honestly. He is more of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Guy than a Pokemon guy, and I'm more of a Pokemon guy than a Yu-Gi-Oh! Guy. Just because, you know, you have those, like, you have your favorites. Like, sure, there are a lot of other things that are cool, and there's, like, things that are competitively good. But, for me, I use heroes, and when I don't use heroes, it feels like I'm cheating on a girlfriend. To be honest, like, it just doesn't feel right. It's not the right fit, you know? Or, like, you date somebody, and you think it's a good idea, and you get yourself, like, hyped up to date them, and then you date them, and you're like, this doesn't feel right. Why doesn't it feel right? That's what using a different deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Feels like to me. Because it just feels right to use elemental heroes. Just like it feels right to be able to use Greninja. And it doesn't feel right to use Pokemon like Heatran, or Landorus T, because I hate both of their designs. Well, I don't necessarily hate them. Like, if somebody was like, oh, create a Fire Steel type, I wouldn't be able to create Heatran. I would probably make, like, a Furnace Pokemon or something, you know? And everybody knows how much people love Pokemon based on objects. Shout out to friggin', well, I mean, Vanillite and its evolutions are ice cream, not really objects. But, shout out to them for being the most hated Pokemon ever. Shout out to Muck for literally being a pile of slime and people not noticing it for years. Uh, it's really funny, and this is the argument you hear just about everybody make in defense of newer generations is like, oh, well, what about Muck? It's a pile of slime. What about Voltorb? It's a Pokeball. What about Execute? It's a bunch of eggs. It literally is a bunch of eggs. Not to mention, Execute is really annoying. Like, so, Execute is really weak, and it has a buttload of weaknesses. And you evolve it with a Leaf Stone. But the thing about evolving like a majority of Pokemon with stones, I feel like they're the exceptions that are the evolutions. Is that they don't get, like, they barely get any moves, if any, by level up. And it's so dumb. You know, like, you have to run around, like, that's what I didn't like about the Monkey Trio. A lot of people like, or dislike the Monkey Trio from Gen 5, and I honestly have to say, that I love the Monkey Trio. I don't like Simisear. I think it's a downgrade from Pansear, personally. Just because Pansear looked so chill. But, I'd run around with a Pansear all the time, if we're being real. I think it would be cool to just run around with a Pansear. Just because it's got a little swirl on its head, and it doesn't care. You know, it doesn't care about anything. It just looks like a really chill Pokemon. I like chill. I like chill Pokemons. Yeah, so we're just gonna... So we have both of these all inked in. So now what we're going to do is we're gonna erase the beneath and then see what little touch-ups we can do on the ink layer. Let's just make the eraser a little bit bigger. That's quite honestly all I'm going to be having for you guys today, unfortunately. At least for this video, is this inking. We're going to be doing a little bit of touch-up on the ink, making it look nice and pristine, nice and clean. So let's go and let's downsize it, make it really small, so that we can just go and clean up these little itty-bitty details. You know what I'm saying, guys? Of course you do. Gotta make sure I'm on the ink layer. I love learning how to use stuff. Is this on this layer? Yeah, it is. Okay. Gotta erase this little squiggle. It's irritating me. You know, this is a good song. I really like the song. Stress Free. I don't like the use of the N-word. I'm sorry if that offends anybody. I mean, honestly, the chorus is what I like. I like the beat in the back, too. Okay, anybody who knows the song, I found it from the Diamond and Pearl Soul Link. They used it as a grinding song, Nappy and Shady did. And, yeah, they used it as a grinding song, and I looked for it on iTunes, and it's not on iTunes. So I looked for it on YouTube, and it's on Nappy's channel, and I was like, this sounds exactly like Nappy. Did Nappy sing this song? I don't think it's Nappy, but I'm very impressed if it is Nappy, and if it isn't, then it's like, wow, you know? They sound exactly like Nappy, and I wonder if Nappy, like, gets that a lot, if, like, people comment on this video and, like, is that you singing? I would comment it, but I hate the wrath of other YouTube commenters who just sit there and, like, wait for somebody to contradict, you know? Like, there was this one video, where this person, like, it was on the video that Nappy has on his channel for this song, which is what's playing right now. I have a YouTube playlist that goes on in the back of all my videos. because I like these songs. I might change them up, but I think that all these songs are copyright free. I don't want to use songs with potential copyright because I don't feel like getting my channel flagged when I have 0 views. So, you know, let's see. Just touch up this tongue a little bit. Ah, touching the tongue. Funny. Yeah, so Greninja's looking good. My boy, our boy. Greninja is the boy of the fwiends. Anybody who subscribes, you can decide whether or not you want to subscribe to this channel. But should you subscribe to this channel, you will be my friend. I don't want to like create like I guess we could call ourselves the Addams family. I mean, that's kind of creative, honestly. I was actually in the Addams Family musical, not on Broadway or anything, at my high school last year. I'm the Eraser, not the band. So, yeah, you know, Addams Family. It would be, it's kind of creative. Yeah, I don't know. Toss it around. If anybody watches these videos, decide whether or not you want to be a friend or you want to be a part of the Addams Family. Spelt with 1 D, of course, and a capital S at the end. Stress free, stress free, stress free, stress free. See, I just like this song. I know it's like all auto-tune, but at the same time, it just sounds good. You know, it's something that's soothing to the ears. Soothing to the ears. I gotta check in with my mom about something. Sorry if you don't like rambling to oneself. I ramble sometimes. I ramble to myself sometimes, especially when I draw. I mean, this entire video is like me rambling to myself and telling stories to people I don't even know exist, potentially, you know? Like, if anybody comes across this video and is like, oh, I want to see Greniinja battling an Arceus. Yeah. It's... Yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying. Oh yeah, YouTube commentators just like they literally ramble to themselves in hopes that people watch them. But you know, this is how a channel starts: is that you just upload like crazy, and maybe somebody comes across your videos, and then that person likes your videos, and then they subscribe and they tell other people about your videos, and that's just how it gets started, you know? That's how people like Shady Penguin, A-Drive. I mean, A-Drive streamed, and then he had his YouTube channel, I think. And I know he streamed Call of Duty for a while before he streamed Pokemon. But you know, that's just how it gets started. Is that you create something that anyone can enjoy, whether it's one person or 100,000 people. You know, it's just what you gotta do. It's just what you gotta do. So we gotta add a little thing up here. Get a little Arceus. It's a little head thing. And you know, it's honestly not as clean as I'd like, but it's hard to be precise. Like I said, I'm learning. I can't wait to go from this video to a video I make in the future where my digital art skills are improved. It'll be great. It'll be so great. When I can get a better software even. I'd love to do Manga Studio 5 for you guys, but I don't have the computer for it. Unfortunately, I don't have a good computer right now. This is just a Windows computer. and it's fine. It's good for recording the videos. I really like. I use OBS, and it's really simple. It's easy to do, and this is my 4th video, so it's easy to record, which is definitely something I like. Definitely something I can appreciate. You know, I might do a little bit of touch-up work before the next video where we will be coloring this for... adding a little bit of background. Probably gonna give Arceus like a shining aura around it, or maybe like a little bit of red behind it. Just to flare things up a little bit, express that +2 attack. But yeah, I like it. I'm gonna do, like I said, I'm gonna do a little bit of touch up, fix some of these just little sketchy things before the next video, and then next time we will color it for you guys. So this has been Levi Adams. Thank you for coming out to my video, and I will catch you guys next time.